Hey there, internets. This is Kyle coming to you once again with another episode of the My Business Lunch Secrets YouTube channel. My journey from zero to $1 million and starting an online business from scratch. We're doing this part time because I still have a day job and I have a young family with two young kids that certainly keep me busy after work. So I try to do this so I'm really only spending a couple hours in the evenings during the week, maybe a little bit longer on the weekends, if I can carve out some time. Focus on this. And that's what this is all about, in case you've never seen this before. Let's see, right now I'm still out traveling for work, and honestly didn't really accomplish much for the business. Because I'm just very tired and worn out because I didn't get a ton of sleep last night and was in meetings literally all day. I mean, it's kind of like a workshop or conference thing I'm at for work, so sort of like all day sitting, listening to people blab on about whatever. And one thing that this event kind of reminds me about is just that I really feel a bit out of my element in my current job, and which is part of the reason that I'm more motivated to try to find something outside of what I'm doing that can replace my income and then some, so I could try to do this full time instead of doing something that I do not enjoy doing, which is my day job. And also just that, I guess I also got to thinking as I, walk into this room, of even as I'm walking up to this facility where the meeting's happening, and just see a bunch of people with the suits and ties coming into the room. And I mean, I don't dress like a whatever, but I mean, I dress like business casual, I guess you could say, is how I roll. I'll pull out a suit, and a tie if it's like something that's really pretty critical. I mean, I do pull that out if I have an interview or something, or if I am giving a big presentation to a group of people that, are very senior, I guess you could say. And so I do see the value, obviously, in making a good impression by what you wear. But like events like this, where it's just like a conference, and I mean, what you're supposed to do is, network with other people. I'm not that great at that because I don't like to talk to people, but at least not about the stuff that we talk about in this job. But, I just watch these people. I do like that is one thing I like to do, is just observe people's behavior now as I'm sort of thinking more about, like, why do people do what they do, and what motivates people in their jobs, careers, for their companies. Because I guess that's, something I'm trying to sort of break down in some sense of what I would like to teach people more about. And obviously, again, I have my experiences I can pull from to show people, like, direct experiences I have, but trying to also just kind of learn better about thinking about how other people are viewing their own reality of whatever they're doing in their job or career. And certainly in lots of businesses, not just one little niche field I'm in. Obviously, it's very common for people to kind of dress up when you go to business meetings and whatnot. Again, because you're trying to make a good impression. I guess I've just sort of grown to the point that, again, while I do appreciate, dressing appropriately for the occasion, I've also kind of come to the conclusion that, again, unless it's like a really special occasion, you will do more to impress people by, just how you interact with them, if that's what you're going to do, if you want to network, if that's your point of wearing something nice and fancy because you want to network and you want to show somebody that you're a boss or you're a badass or whatever. I just think it's more important that you just, present who you are by in your one-on-one conversations and being open and upfront with them and providing them value in whatever form that might take for the situation. Like you wearing a suit versus you just wearing a polo shirt and some khakis. If you're providing them the same amount of value from whatever you're trying to talk to them about, ultimately they're not really going to care what you're wearing, right? At least that's my opinion. Again, I know there's experts that would say, oh no, you got to dress to impress, and it's good to make a positive first impression. And again, I get that. And I even still myself acknowledge there are certain times when even I will dress up. But those, for me, are becoming rarer and rarer occasions, even though the fact that I've kind of moved up the ranks, so to speak, and so I'm at a somewhat senior level, and I maybe deal with more senior level management types. I just don't really care about doing that, and that's the decision I've made, and it hasn't hurt me in my own career development thus far, so therefore that's why I feel the way I feel. Maybe you work for some company where if you don't wear a suit and tie every day, you'll get fired. I don't know. That's probably a thing somewhere, but that's just not the thing I have to deal with. In any case, that's a little bit of a rant on that front. The other thing I was just thinking about more is, like, again, this whole PhD Secrets thing, and as I was contemplating, coming up with this content that I talked about last night a little bit more, I still struggle, frankly, to know whether this is the right move for me to make in a business. Mainly because I'm not sure I'm entirely thrilled about what I would be teaching to people about their careers when I've grown to not really like my career so much, and I don't think I have an easy answer for even helping myself in my own career, which is obviously what I'm trying to start this whole business thing. But it's kind of unique. It's like I want to tell people how they can excel in their career when I am actively trying to get out of the career that I'm trying to help them progress in. Like, I don't know, it sounds weird, I guess, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess that's fine. But the main point is, as like I was listening to some Russell stuff and even a video I was watching from Dean Graziosi, who's another marketer, big time marketer guy. Both of them talk about, if you're not really passionate about the thing you're trying to help people with, like really passionate, then you'll probably not succeed, because when you're getting started in all this, like for a while, it's going to really suck, and it's like, it's like pushing a boulder up a hill. And if you're just not totally diehard crazy about what you're trying to push up the hill, at some point you're probably just going to reach a breaking point and be like, fuck this. I don't really want to keep pushing this damn boulder up the hill. Like, it doesn't really excite me enough to spend my time doing that. And I mean, what excites me, frankly, is the money aspect. I think I might have a niche that if I position myself correctly and have the right content and am able to find the right traffic and get people aware of what I'm trying to do, I think I could make some good money doing it. But then at the end of the day, it's just like, when it comes to, I mean, when it comes to, like, say, putting out the content that I've talked about, which is going to be, I mean, it's going to take like a good part of the time, the limited time I have every week is going to be put to making content. And am I really super passionate about this type of content that I'm all, like, week after week, day after day, I'm going to just be happy to do this? Like, that's what I don't know. I just don't know. And I know, sorry, there's a lot of blank space here in this video, but I'm just in one of those pontificating moods today of wondering what the hell I'm really getting myself into. And just, I keep pondering whether, what's the alternative to the path that I'm going down. And as I mentioned in previous posts, I have looked at other types of businesses to try to get into things that don't really require you to have any foreknowledge of what it is. I mean, you just can, supposedly work through some quick course of teaching you some quick way to make money, sort of thing. Learn some skills, put your business out there, and magically get customers, right? Obviously, nothing's that easy, but I have explored some of those things that would completely be a 180-degree turn from everything I've been doing up to this point for the past, 20 years or something, basically, in terms of my career. It would basically be saying, like, yeah, that was fun, but peace out. I'm not having anything to do with any of that anymore. I'm going to go completely opposite and do digital marketing. I'm going to become a marketing expert, and I'm just going to build a marketing agency for small businesses. Totally different. Something I had no clue of anything about before I started this, 7 or 8 months ago. And it's like, and you think about that, you think, like, oh, that's crazy. Like, why would you do that? Why would you just throw away, 20 years of your experience, when instead, like, you should use that experience and just sort of shift what you're doing with that experience. So if I don't like what I'm doing right now, that's fine, but take that experience, shift it, to another venue, another avenue, or whatever. So again, that's where, like, the whole idea was, okay, I take this experience and use this to position myself as being an expert PhD engineer that's here to help other PhD engineers in their own career. So I could do that, but it's like I'm still in the game, in that game, so to speak. And it's just like, I'm just kind of like, I don't know, so burnt out of it, I guess. I just kind of don't even want to be I don't even want to deal with the people that are in that game, even though I wouldn't be in it directly per se. That's just, honestly, how I feel sometimes. Like, I don't know if that's really what I want to do, but I do think it is the more logical play, all things considered. And it's like, there's other things I guess I might say right now in my life I'm more passionate about, I find more interest in, like home renovations or whatever. But I don't know. I'm just a dude that likes to do stuff on my own house, renovate, smallish kind of renovation projects. And I know how to do basic things, right? Handyman type of stuff. But it's not like I can become a guy that's teaching people how to build a handyman business, because I've never done that, obviously. Do I create YouTube videos of me doing handyman stuff? Like, okay, sure, I could, but there's already like a ton of people out there on the YouTubes doing that. And those things are usually like much more, if you want to do those things well, I think the guys that I think are doing it well are the ones that, they set up like multiple cameras and they do a lot of video editing to really kind of help you understand, whatever the repair is that you're doing. And so it's super helpful because, when you're doing any repairs, the, manuals or whatever you get with replacing your faucet, rarely actually show you every detail you need to know to replace that faucet. So seeing actually somebody in there in the guts dealing with like what you're actually looking at and being able to see it visually on the videos is great. I love it. But it's like, I don't really want to get into this whole game of like always spending hours and hours just to make like one YouTube video. Which, so it's like, if I were able to come up with a project, one a week, spend hours recording myself, spend more hours, like all the excess hours I had in a week, just editing one video, and I did that every week. I mean, I could post those every week, and it would be years probably before I get any significant traction on YouTube and ad revenue and all that. I mean, that would just, I think that would just like frustrate me, because again, the whole point I'm trying to do any of this is so I can get out of the job I'm in, but I still have to make money in order to do that, because I'm not sitting on a freaking pile of cash that I can just tell my boss to, that I'm chunking the deuce and moving on with my life. It's like I got responsibilities. I got things I got to take care of. I need a paycheck, or I need some way to pay my bills, whether that's a paycheck or my own business, whatever it is. So I can't just rely on, putting a bunch of videos anyway. Because again, I kind of have different ideas along those lines of things that are just like personally interesting to me that I could write a blog about, or I could post on Facebook or whatever. And again, maybe those things would get some interest from, some group of people, but it's like, what I need to be selling something. I need to be making money, not just like fingers crossed, maybe 5 years from now I can start getting some income off those types of things. So that's why, again, like a whole kind of coaching course, online course business type of thing based on something that I already, again, have a lot of experience. So from a sales process, it would be much easier, I think, for me to persuade somebody to purchase a course or coaching or something from me, because I have a lot of experience. I can just show people, tell stories about things I've been through, like all that would be relatively easy for me. So I guess from a sort of time to profit relationship or something or whatever, I don't know, the amount of time I'd have to put in to get X amount of profit, like this is definitely the quickest way to do it, in my opinion, based on what all the research I've done about various ways to start a business. So that's why I'm at where I'm at. Again, this is not to say like I hate the idea of what I want to do with PhD Secrets. I don't totally hate it. It's just I don't know if I have like the level of passion and just sheer fortitude that I will have to keep this thing moving to reach my crazy goal of making $1 million in a year. That's just where I am today. So tomorrow, hopefully it'll be very different. I'm very tired right now, and it's just been kind of a shit show of, have to travel these stupid meetings, and it's kind of a remote location, so it's not just like flying to a city and I'm there in 20 minutes. It's like I fly to a city and I got to drive another friggin' hour and a half to get to where I'm going. I just hate that shit. And then just sitting through these stupid briefings about stupid things from smart people who are just saying stupid things. I guess I don't know how else to explain it. Someday, if I actually am able to quit my job, I'll be more open to share, I guess, where exactly I'm coming from. But for now, I'd rather kind of keep that a little bit more private in terms of the details. So, in any case, I'm going to leave it there for today. Hope you are doing well. And regardless of how you're feeling today, I mean, if you feel like shit like me, all I can say is just keep on trucking. Got to keep doing a little bit of each and every day. For me, I plan to get a lot more done tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed early. It's kind of early-ish here tonight, this evening, whatever. Just want to hit the bed early, try to get up early in the morning, knock out a bit more of my content planning strategy or whatnot in the morning. Maybe hopefully try to get a funnel. Then my next funnel, sort of start to build that out a little bit more before I have to go back to these dumb meetings. So in any case, keep on kicking ass, taking names. I'll see you next time. Peace.